TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up a turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network live tonight inside the Williams Grove Speedway. It is Sunday night, and it is time for the Sunday Shootout Series for the Dirt Warrior Racing League, and it's presented by BladeNode.com, and it comes to you live via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Phil the Cass here, Jack chewing on the controls, the Phil and Jack attack. We're back for a Sunday night matinee. Great to have you all aboard tonight at the Williams Grove Speedway in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. I want to say 26 cars in the pits. So before we go racing tonight, as always, let's start with trackside. Pay honor to the greatest nation in the world, the United States of America, with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, thank you to Dirty Cross Soul, the playing of our national anthem. Of course, Charlie Milner at Milner Media Designs for putting that one together for us as we get ready to rock and roll with some racing tonight here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Let's take a look at our Voiles Trucking starting lineup for heat race number 1. Tonight's quick time in qualifying, a 24.524 for the pole sitter of heat number 1. That'll be Kyle Surratt, and alongside with number 13, that'll be the rock star, DJ Kilinowski. In row number 2 with car number 91, that is Tyson Pankow with the number 1 alongside of Alex Brewer. In row number 3, the number 40 is Jordan Curdy with the number 319 of David Brewer to the outside of the third row. In row number 4 with car number 25, the hammer Henry Jones with the number 6 of Ryan Bronson to the outside of row number 4, and going shotgun on a 9-car field with the 097, that'll be Mitchell Eno. So the call is for 9. I believe all 9 are joining us, and we'll come out there as always with heat races. We're going to go 8 laps around the top 4. Going into the main event, and it seems like we're getting ready to go racing, and I think I may even have a partner coming to join me here in the next couple of minutes, as well as the rumor has it the big monkey Rocky Batfield is going to come join us up here at the Full Velocity booth tonight. You know, hot off a big entry into the A main last night on Speed Shift TV in the 305 sprint cars. I got to give Rocky some love, because who knew he could drive a sprint car? I don't even think he knew, but he did it last night. Did a great job over on Speed Shift TV. Where
he fit in there.
He did. He went in there, and he did it, Jack. 305 sprint on a loaded field. Was an LCQ that looked kind of like I guess I'll say a Saturday night TDR race lately. Guys were just driving over each other's head, wrecking each other everywhere, and Rocky got out of the carnage and won his LCQ and went to the main event. It was quite the sight to behold. I was really proud of the guy. It was really cool to see him do so, and he's been on a roll. I got to say, Rocky, everywhere he goes, that guy it turns to gold, and I'm glad Mr. Batfield will be joining me here in just a few minutes as he makes his way up to the booth here at the Williams Scope Speedway. But we got the lights out around the Speedway. It's going to be Kyle Surratt and DJ Kilinowski going to be our front row. Let's go under the iRacingIFlag.com green flag for the first time tonight. Kyle Surratt will lead us down to the turn number 1 and 2. Kilinowski in the outside lane. Tyson Pankow in the X91. He will pull to the low side, that blue and the white FVRN skid machine. That thing looks really nice. Got to thank those guys for doing that for us. He'll slide over to turn number 3 and 4. DJ going to take it deeper into the corner. Alex Brewer off the outside. Going to look to pick up third, but at the line, it's going to be Kyle Surratt to number 18. He will lead the way through lap number 1. Kilinowski in for 2. Now DJ will take a sweep to the low side of the racetrack. That'll race for the seconds, or race for the race lead down the back chute. Race for third, a good one. Alex Brewer around Tyson Pankow, and David Brewer. Papa Bear got in a little bit late tonight in the 319, but he's up now in the top 5, doing a good job in the opening laps here at the Grove. Love coming to the Grove. One of the best racetracks out there in the entire country. Great to try and do some races out of here this week with DWRL, as we have with the Wednesday night street fights here last week. Here tonight with the Sunday shootout. Down the back straightaway, the 18 car leading the 13 down into turn number 3 and 4. 13 going to drive it a little bit deeper to the low side. Will it have enough bite? Will the outside lane stay true to the 18 car? The Bulletproof Motorsports number 18 of Kyle Surratt. He will lead lap number 3. Kilinowski going to take one more shot to the inside. He's back low off turn number 2 this time. Let's see if he gets to run off the corner. That may put the 13 car, put the Rockstar into the race lead. We'll go door to door into 3 and 4. Nobody really giving it an inch there, and I think the 13 may have the run this time off the 4th turn. Maybe, maybe not. They're going to be dead even at the start-finish line. It looks like Surratt going to lead that one by a nose. And these guys racing going to bring Alex Brewer and the number 1 car into the fight, as well as the 91 of Tyson Pankow. Bubba doing a really good job in the 4th spot, riding their top 4 are going to transfer automatically into the main event. We're going to stay up deep here for the race lead. We're already halfway home. We're going to put 5 laps complete this time. Off of turn number 4, DJ Kilinowski versus Kyle Surratt. And like the last lap by just the nose, and literally by the nose. The 18 of Surratt going to keep the lead, but this time DJ gets a really good run at the second corner. He's going to peek out by half a car. Can he take this run down to the west end of the speedway in 3 and 4? He'll drive it in a little bit gingerly there to the bottom. Kyle gets a better run off. Let's see if the backing off the corner is going to help the 13 motor on by as we get to the line. Dead even again. I mean, these laps, they can't get any closer than they are. It's 2600ths of a second between the two there, the 18 and 13. Now DJ gets a full car to turn number 3. Let's see if he can close the deal this time, as we are going to see the white flag next time by Kilinowski versus Surratt, having just a great race here to open up the night for the BladeNo.com Sunday shootout. White flag going up in the air, and Surratt leads, and the lead grew that time. 71 hundredths of a second. It grew by a half a hundredth, if that's anything. That's how good this race is. They're down into turns number 3 and 4. Surratt versus Kalinowski. DJ going to drive it as deep into 3. He's done the entire time. They'll drag race off turn number 4 for the win in heat race number 1. Kyle Surratt going to pick it up, and it's not going to be by much. 0.084 at the line over DJ Kalinowski, Alex Brewer, Tyson Pankow running our 4-car transfers. Ryan Bronson, David Brewer, Henry Jones, Jordan Curdy. They'll go off into the consolation rounds, and we'll get ready to rock and roll for heat race number 2. But for the first time tonight, I think he's finally sorted away. Rocky Backfield, my number 2 guy here tonight. Rocky, how the heck are you, brother?
I'm doing great, Phil. Just went to the grocery store, and they had a run on toilet paper, and it was a mob in there. I couldn't get out.
Oh, my goodness. I can imagine. It's crazy times. Nuts what we're going through right now for sure. Everything is kind of being rationed off everywhere. The world is completely on a froze, a close, a lockdown, whatever the heck you want to call it. Isolation, it's nuts. Quarantine, whatever your buzzword is here this week. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for heat race number 2 as they begin pulling away on the pole. The number 61 will be Josh Peacock. Kyle Moyer will be alongside. He is in car number 11. In row number 2, the number 71 is Dan Stifler with the number 10 of racing Jason Salter to the outside of row number 2. In row 3, the number 88 is Kevin Prettyman with the 09 of Josh Ely to the outside. In the 4th row, the number 14 is Brock Evans. The 711 is Roger Woody. In schedule the row 9th will be the 112 of Stephen Campbell, but I don't think he's making the call because I did see him out there a little while ago. Did see him exit the server, so I don't think he's going to make the call for heat race number 2. So got 8 cars out there, Rocky. I don't know how much you have to see if heat 1, but if it's going to take a lot to live up to that. These guys really put one heck of a race on in that one.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever more than a 100th of a second apart there. I mean, they put on a hell of a show for heat 1 for us. So good luck with heat 2.
Yeah, absolutely right. We'll see if these guys can live up to the billing. Peacock and Moyer on the front row. Stifler and Salter in row number 2. That's a pretty good sporty 2 rows up front. Prettyman and Ely, Evans, Woody. 8 cars going to be here on the docket. Top 4 will go into our 60-lap main event tonight here at the Williams Grove Speedway. And we are happy you have chosen to come in tonight with the Full Velocity Racing Network via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. You guys could do us a favor if you can. Like our link, share it out there, follow, subscribe. I don't care what you got to do. Let them all know we are out here live at the Grove tonight at the Williams Grove Speedway, Full Velocity Racing Network. We go under the green flag, and it's going to be Josh Peacock going to lead the field in the turn 1.
Yeah, I tell you what, Josh is not only is he a heck of a driver, he's got a heck of a setup under him too. I think he's running the same setup I ran last Wednesday here, and that thing is a monster. Look out if he gets out front.
Well, he's out there for heat 2, and he said that setup is money. I'll guarantee he's probably on it, and he's going to lead lap number 1 over Kyle Moyer. The 3rd spot, racing Jason Salter, going to jump into 3rd. Right behind him, where he's going to battle is going to be. It's going to be for that 4th and final transfer spot. That's a good race door-to-door off turn number 2.
Yeah, hey, Phil, I had a question on this track, though, with Williams Grove. It's got inside walls and ute tires. What's your thought on this?
At least they got it half right with a wall. I'm all for the wall. You guys are all tired. We went through this on Speed Shift last night, too. Todd and I got into it with the audience, and we had a guy get stuck in a 305 sprint with no front wing on top of the ute tire. Was dead. Guess what? The yellow came out. You hit the tire, your car don't move.
Hey,
You're not supposed to hit the tire.
I'm just shocked it wasn't me, so.
You did one hell of a job, partner. We were proud, and we had a good battle for the lead there off the 4th turn. Peacock and Moyer letting the wick there. Is Peacock going to take the lead by about a whole car length over a 1, but now Moyer going to swing low, and Jason Salter with the 10 car right there as well.
Yeah, that bottom's still real good right here, and it looks like Kyle's going to get around Josh on the bottom, and I really expect Salter to go right with him.
I'll see. It was different there in heat 1 there where we saw Surratt going to run the outside. He was able to hold off Kalinowski for the first one. But right now, high side prevailing for the 11 car of Moyer. He goes up high, and it is Jason Salter. He's found his way down into the 2nd spot around Mr. Peacock's number 61. But Josh will fire back on the outside. Almost looks like he kind of let out of it there on it, too. I'm kind of curious to why they're not going up high. It showed strong in heat 1. The track's going to change that fast.
This track is really good on the bottom if you let out enough to run it. I mean, it's one of the old adage, to go slow, you got to go slow to go fast. you really have to slow it down going into 1 and 2, especially to get around it well.
Well, I'm a guy who lives by that moniker. To go fast, you got to go slow. I go slow, and guess what? I'm still slow. Imagine that. It's kind of like the old Lightning McQueen thing. You turn right to go left. Well, guess what? I turn right and I go right. And that's exactly how I feel about a lot of things. Oh, that's, yeah, you see me race, Jack. You know how this works for me, for sure. I go backwards. You're right. Might as well go in reverse sometimes. You know who's not going in reverse right now is Kyle Moyer. He's in turn number 3. That white and green number 11 car doing a hell of a job holding off Jason Salter. Jason's going to try his hand up top as we come to the white flag.
Yeah, Jason's going to give it all he has up there. I just don't know if there's enough left up there right now to, well, then he goes low, and Moore got the inside wall. Look out, look out.
Oh, no. That's not good. Salter hit the wall. Moyer's car popped up in the air. Josh Peacock going to go out to the race lead. Left front of the 11 car, all wrinkled up and destroyed. Can he hold on? It's gone. The whole fender's gone. Off turn number 4, Josh Peacock going to pick up the win there. Well, a little chaos in the last turn. Moyer going to hold on for second. Josh Ely will get third. It's going to be Dan Stifler, the Iceman. He'll grab the final transfer spot. Prettyman, Salter, Roger Woody, Brock Evans will go off into our consolation round. So we are through 2 heat races. That was exciting. We saw him door-to-door clean for the race lead in heat 1. It was anything different there in heat 2. What do you got, Jack?
Just want to thank Robbie for the 500 stars.
Oh, absolutely. Robbie Buckner is out there in the chat. Good to see our buddy Robbie out there. Hope all was well, brother. That is Rocky Batfield, Robbie. You are exactly right. The big monkey is in the house, and thanks for the stars, dude. Certainly appreciate that. Thank you for watching. We're going to be here all night long. We got a great doubleheader on Full Velocity. We'll be here tonight at Williams Grove. We'll be at Dirt Series here at 9:10 Eastern Time for the randomizer challenge on the dirt. I would tell you what model, what combination we're running, but we've still yet to find it out. So they're going to draw that here probably the next 40 minutes or so. So that'll break a little while, but let's take a look at our starting lineup for heat race number 3, Rocky.
Starting on the front row, you got the 926 of Barrett Bishop, and to his outside, you got the 16 of David Blackburn. Second row, you're going to have Jim Revis. On his outside, you'll have Caleb.
Holy.
Wow.
80s reference.
Third row, you're going to have the 142 of Taylor Frost and his outside, the 06 of Matt Everett. And on the final row, 111 of Shane Yates, and to his outside, the 911 of Danny Casto.
Don't dare call him Chris Everett, though. Don't do that. Jim Everett, not sure where you got that from, dude. That's going circa 30 years ago. I'm proud of you for that one. Man, now I feel old. I really do, but that's a really good sporty field. This is a loaded heat 3 we have right here. Bishop, Blackberg, Revis, Ramsey, Frost, Everett, Yates, who's shown really good speed. Danny Casto, kind of an unknown name for us. We've seen him in the first few weeks with the Sunday Shootout. He will start 8th, but this one's pretty good. Who do you like in this lineup, Rocky? I mean, they're all fast, but who do you like here?
I tell you what, my head says Barrett Bishop. My heart says Jim Revis, since I can't say his name right.
Well, Revis, call it what you will. We know Jim, the evil one, board car number 21.
And what I did, my buddy and the guy that paints for me, the Supermoon.
I got you.
Yeah,
Mr. Emery.
Yeah, I've mixed their 2 names up, and that's what I come out with.
Give a shout to Jim Emery, Supermoon Graphics. He does some great work as well. Good guy. Always in our chat box. We go under the green flag. We got Barrett Bishop. He'll lead David Blackberg in a turn number 1 and 2. The race for third already. Revis going to hold on to it, but it's Everett and Frost will be side by side for 4th off of 2.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Caleb Ramsey, he's really going to try that top, I think. Ooh, he got real tight, though, going in.
Well, he certainly did. Got way up the racetrack. He was way out of my view as we have one around off of 4.
2
around. Matt Everett was stuck in the inside wall. Didn't see who the second car there was, but yeah, they definitely had some issues there off of 4. 111 of Yates, the second car around. So we're going to stay green. Barrett Bishop with the lead. Blackburn going to try to chase him down over in turn 3.
Yeah, Jim, he's falling back a little bit in third, and he's just kind of hoping like Peacock got last race, and hoping the top 2 get together and see if he can't survive and advance.
Tell you what, we put the wall versus Ute tire to good use in heat race number 2 as well. I mean, I'll tell you, if Kyle and Jason would have hit the Ute tire, they probably would have got stuck, and it probably would have ruined Kyle's car. He probably wouldn't have finished. He hit the wall, tore the fender off it. Guess what? He tear the fender off. It was still going. Take that, Todd. Take that. I know you're out there watching, dude. we go that debate all day long. That's why a wall will work. They keep you where you're supposed to be. They'll keep you in. They'll keep you out where you're not supposed to be. They work. And now as you look off turn number 2, David Blackburn going to take that theory with me. He's door-to-door. Barrett Bishop down the back chute.
Yeah, these are two of the cleaner guys in the game right now. And I tell you what, I don't envy anyone trying to get around Barrett Bishop at any track in any car.
No, not at all. Anything that guy sits in, he's really good. We seen him yesterday in a truck of all things at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Was about half a lap away from claiming a win there in the FERN 200 presented by BladeNode.com. And it was him and buddy Josh Peacock that got into it late. Peacock got to the back of Barrett, spun Barrett out of a win. I don't think Barrett was too happy. Well, not sure if those two have spoken about that yet, but it was certainly an interesting afternoon yesterday on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But we have a good race, just like we saw in Heat 1 with Surratt and Kalinowski. Blackburn and Bishop, they're picking up right where those two left off. They're door-to-door down the back chute.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this DWRL league, you're going to have this all the time. We have so many good drivers here, and not only are you going to be fast and close, you can run side by side and usually not kill each other.
Oh, absolutely right. And this league here, I call them the pinnacle of iRacing dirt leagues, and it's just for this reason, because they run so close together. They run usually as clean as could be. And we see a lot of green flag racing usually over here, and hopefully they don't jinx that now, because the Williams Grove Speedway has a patent to tear up race cars and make it for long nights. So if I have faith in any group that'll get it done, I certainly have it in all the faith here in the Dirt Warrior Racing League. As we go under the white flag, Barrett Bishop has put the 16 car to bed, but for how long? Blackburn going to try it again now off of 2.
Yeah, he's really looking for some grip down low, but right now it looks like Barrett's just using that momentum up high and able to really pull him coming off the corners.
Absolutely right. As we work it at turn number 3 and 4, Bishop and Blackburn, a drag race off the 4th turn. Barrett's got the big motor. Bishop will take down the win in heat race number 3 over David Blackburn. 3rd will go to Caleb Ramsey's number 13. Jim Revis will grab the final transfer spot, sending Taylor Frost, Danny Casto, Shane Yates, and Matt Everett into our LCQ rounds, which should be following us here next. And I know for sure we're going to have 2 of the LCQs, so we'll let that square away a minute and see what we get. But we've seen 3 good heat races now, Rocky. Are you as excited for a 60-lap main event as I am? I mean, Williams Grove, it's always a feast or famine type of place, but I feel we're going to be in for a really quality, good race tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, this is really one of my favorite tracks out there. You've got 2 distinct grooves if you're willing to slow down and run the bottom. The problem is if you're doing that, the guy behind you has to slow down too, and that's where we get a lot of our cautions at here.
That's exactly right. You hit it on the head. That's why I have this brilliant guy named Rocky Batfield alongside me here tonight. This guy who usually spends a lot of time on the racetracks and gracious enough to come out here and join me tonight on a week that we've been killing it really a lot. We had 3 shows yesterday we did between Full Velocity and Speed Shift TV. We've been on the air with Speed Shift for most of the week, so it's been a lot of fun to go over there and go out to a different audience. But back here on our home base on Full Velocity, it's where we make our, bread our butter, I guess you could say, or butter our bread, or however the cliche kind of goes. I'm at a loss for words, if you can imagine that. But looking out now for the LCQ number 1 race, we have Ryan Bronson on the pole aboard car number 6, the 14-2, alongside is Taylor Frost. In row number 2, the number 10 is Jason Salter with the number 25 of Henry Jones. Shane Yates will start 5th in the 111, the 14 of Brock Evans on the outside, and Mitch Enos in the 097. He will start in position number 7, but the good news is we're calling for 7, and all 7 are going to make the main. So now we're out there racing, Rocky, for 12 laps, and it's just to improve your starting position for the main event. And I'll tell you what, track position here at the Williams Grove Speedway, it matters.
Yeah, and somebody like Mitch Enos, who started in the back of this, I mean, if he moves up 5 spots, that's worth 10 spots in the feature, because that's going to be 5 rows.
There is. It's a lot of cars, and they are quality cars over here at Dirt Warrior Racing League for sure. So, yeah, these qualifying spots and, where you can finish here in the Ducatis, they are certainly, amplified now as we look to it. And our front row is a good one there with Bronson's number 6, Taylor Frost. Taylor looking to rebound him in a couple of weeks since we've seen a Frost car up in the top 5 competing. It was kind of rare. He bursted on the scene last season over here with some really good runs, a lot of speed of the 14-2. I'm expecting that to come alive here rather shortly. But how about this number 6 car? The Speedway number 6 car, Ryan Bronson. He's going to be on the pole, and we are off exit of turn number 4. We are laying in that loud pedal, green flag up in the air. Bronson will lead this group of 7 down to turn 1.
Yeah, Bronson, I tell you, Bronson's got one of my favorite paint jobs out there. I just really love that Speedway car. And I've been watching Taylor Frost for about the last season and a half and really impressed with his improvements that he's been making.
Oh, I am too, and just like that. It was 3 wide into 3, and that didn't go quite as planned out, did it? He got wicked loose, bounced off the side of the 6, and around goes Taylor Frost. So now put Bronson to the lead with Jason Salter. And Shane Yates, the 111 car, that blue and red car, white numeral machine. That's another name that I've become known here new to the DWRL Racing League. But I'll tell you what, the little bit we've seen of Shane Yates, that's a driver that looks like he's got an awful lot of talent, a lot of speed. Looking forward to see what this season brings for him.
Yeah, Shane, I've done a lot of official races with him, and he is always up front in those. I don't know if I was the one that invited him out or what, but definitely have spoken to him about DWR and told him if you want to run some good street stocks, come out here and run with these guys. And looks like he may just be down maybe a set or something, and once he gets a set, you might want to watch out for this guy.
I'm going to tell you what, you are exactly right about that one. Really, that's you got a bright blue car there. That's going to grab my eye, the 11 car. He's doing a really good job running in the 3rd spot. But a race for the lead off to number 2. Ryan Bronson trying to hold off Jason Salto, the Trash Panda Graphics number 10. I think Jason may have the preferred line going in turn 3.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jason might be in the top 5 all-time wins over here. He's good. And he's going to start in the back, but you can almost guarantee a top 10, maybe top 5 out of him come feature time.
Yeah, it's usually one of those safe bets you can actually pick. Usually a trendy pick late for me. If I get to pick a guy, it usually runs up to the field. It is that 10 car, Jason Salter, to the inside of Ryan Bronson. They'll stay door to door in turns number 3 and 4. We're going to put 5 laps complete of 12 this time off the corner. They're trying to run away, but look at who's in 3rd. That Yates number 11 car. As they continue to race for the lead, it's now becoming a 3-way dance up there.
Yeah, they're running side by side, and that's just allowing Shane to run whatever line he wants to, and he's really starting to reel him in just a little bit.
I'm going to tell you what, another name that's really come to the attention here these last couple of weeks at the DWRL Racing League. How about the 14 car of Brock Evans running in 3rd? That's a name that's relatively unknown to me, but I know you do a whole lot of official races as well. I can imagine you probably encountered Brock Evans' name somewhere.
I don't know the name, but I do know that car. I've seen that car a couple times out in officials, and I can't tell you a whole lot about him yet, but I promise you the more he races, the more we're going to hear about him.
I guarantee it right there. Him doing a good job right there. Right now, the 14 car running in the 4th spot. We exit turn number 4. We are halfway home now in this one. Ryan Bronson and Jason Salter. Nobody can really figure out who wants to lead what lap. I'll tell you what, that Speedway number 6 is really hooked up. He's done a really good job holding off one of the best drivers that these street stocks I think we've ever seen.
Yeah, he's doing a great job running his line up top and keeping that momentum up. And I tell you, someone that's loving this right now is Shane Yates. I mean, he's reeled him in about 2 or 3 tenths in the last 2 or 3 laps. And, you might watch out for him last couple of laps here.
Oh, we're down to the last couple now. 8 laps complete, 4 laps remaining. I'll tell you what, the 11 car, as he starts to reel him in, if you're sitting behind the wheel of the 11, watching these guys in front of you going door to door, side by side, just reeling them in, are you changing your approach to the line? You just kind of, is it one of those things where it's, sometimes not good to be the rabbit, you want to be the chaser, not the chasee kind of thing?
Well, yeah, I mean, he gets to run whatever line he wants to run right there, where they're stuck, one's top, one's bottom, and they may want to run top in 1 and 2 and bottom in 3 and 4, where he gets to run wherever he wants to, and that's great until he gets to them, and then there's nowhere to go.
All right, now let me take it a whole other avenue here as we exit the 4th turn. We're going to be 2 to go this time by. Bronson and Salter racing for the lead. Now, you think back to the heat. Salter was in the same situation with Kyle Moyer trying to get himself working down to the low side. Does that still sit in the mind of Jason Salter, knowing he had issues last time through? Will he have a different approach to running the low side this time around?
Well, I think now that if it's me, I'm not wanting to risk wrecking for 1 spot, for 2 spots on the grid, where I could lose 8 or 9 if I had a big accident, which is kind of what ended up happening to him on the heat race. Which heat race wasn't necessarily his fault, but it just it is what it is.
And it doesn't get too over-magnified when everybody races to the main event, but the last couple of nights we've seen guys make some big moves, trying to, put themselves in a transfer spot, going for a win, or wrecking themselves right out of the A main altogether. So a lot of things can happen. Checkered flag goes in the air. Ryan Bronson going to pick up the win in LCQ number 1 over Jason Salter. Shane Yates will finish 3rd. Brock Evans, Henry Jones, Taylor Frost, and Mitch Enos, number 97, will finish up in 7th. So we are through 1 LCQ. We've seen a lot there. We got 7 more drivers at the ready, Rocky. What can we expect, you think, out of LCQ number 2?
I think you can expect more of the same. I mean, if you got a driver or two that wants to run that bottom, if there's still enough there that you can run it, you have to be perfect to be able to run it and run as fast as the guy on the outside.
Absolutely right. Well, we got 7 cars ready to go. I think we're going to hold 6 to grid. Let's take you to the starting lineup, and on the pole with the number 88, that'll be Kevin Prettyman with David Brewer to the outside in the 319. Danny Casto will start 3rd in the 911. The 711 alongside him will be Roger Woody. Jordan Curdy with the number 40 car will start in the inside of the 3rd row, with Matt Everett in the 06 and scheduled to roll 7th, although I don't think we're going to see him out there. Was the 112 of Stephen Campbell. So I believe we're going to have 6 cars here for 7 spots. So they're all going to race their way in. And, you got names like we see like Prettyman. We know David Brewer's won a lot of races, but guys like Prettyman, guys like Jordan Curdy, we've seen a lot of. This may be times for these guys to shine, and including guys like Casto and Roger Woody, names we don't know an awful lot about. This may be their moment in the sun to break out and say, hey, we're a budding star over here.
Yeah, no, that's the great thing about running over here is get a little experience under your belt, and you start moving forward in where you finish, and really get a name for yourself. I've had a bunch of people that know me in official races from watching me on these, and it's kind of a cool deal when you go in there and like, hey, I saw you on Full Velocity the other night. Yeah, it's great running over there with those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Bill,
What's up, Jack?
I want to thank Charlie for the 100 stars.
Is that Head Start Charlie Harrell? It sure is. Charlie Harrell, you're the man. I'm hoping you're doing well, friend. Good to see your name out there monitoring through our chats again. Charlie Harrell, a guy we got to know over here for a while with DWRL, and hope Head Start's all doing well. Good to see his name back there. He says he'll be back soon. He'll try to get the car put back together. Love it. Charlie, hope all is well, man. Looking forward to seeing you back over here at Dirt Oil Racing League rather soon with that number 44. Definitely do miss seeing that car. Definitely appreciate those stars donations, gang. Those really do help us out. They help keep our broadcast rates low, keeping us accessible. We're out here almost 7 nights a week on the network now, and it's all because of you and the contributions you guys help with us on the stars donations there on Full Velocity. As we go under the green flag, Kevin Prettyman going to lead David Brewer, which was kind of a straggling start. Prettyman got it early, and he'll lead him by 2 car lengths off of 2.
Yeah, I think Brewer may still be on his pillow there. He looked like he was putting to sleep when the green flag dropped. And I tell you what, I was looking through this lineup a while ago, and I cannot believe that Matt Everett is in the back of this thing right now.
That is no joke right there. That's a guy we've seen win multiple times on the network over the time, and I'm expecting that 06 car will get on the stick here in LCQ number 2. He's still mired back in the field right now. We look up front, Prettyman leads over David Brewer. David Brewer, if there's a slump in sim racing, I think David Brewer may be in it. A guy who had a lot of speed, won a lot of races for a little while, and now all of a sudden has been a guy just struggling to hold on. We've seen him put some decent runs together, but he hasn't been able to finish a deal like you per se. I mean, what do you say to a guy like Brewer? Is a slump the right word?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's a slump. Sometimes, I mean, people just get better, and that's one thing about it, especially in this league, is you don't stay the same. If you don't get better, you're going to be left behind.
And talk about the way we talk about the racing, iRacing updates that come out every so often with the new seasons. They oftentimes will throw some kind of new wrinkle, sometimes take all the work you guys have put on setups for a long time and throw them completely out the window. Could that be possibly something that's affected David?
It could. I know. I think it might have been the last season we had to do some changes to some of these setups and to get them to rotate really like you want them to. They were really tight, so we definitely had to do a little work to them. But for the most part, here lately, iRacing's kind of left them alone, and you can still run the same setups most of the time.
That's what I like to hear. I'm hoping they'll leave it more alone as well, because I know you guys got, hours and hours and hundreds upon thousands of laps around a lot of these tracks, tweaking these setups, and I hate to see them. I know back when the dirt kind of came out to iRacing a couple of years ago, myself and a whole other crew, we would go out there and, work on setups for weeks and months on end, and then have the seasons update and break all the sets. So I understand how frustrating that could be, how much you feel like your time you put into it, you invested, may be gone. So I'm glad to hear iRacing's kind of leaving stuff alone for guys like me who just kind of call the action, don't do a lot of the driving. That's why we got experts like Rocky up here to talk about it. But Kevin Prettyman will lead the way over David Brewer. Roger Woody, the 7-Eleven, he stuck really well. He has run a very competitive third in this one.
Yeah, he's running him a little slider line in 1 and 2, and he's definitely not embarrassing himself out there. I mean, a good third place finish in this field, that's not too shabby.
Not at all. Doing a really good job. And I said this may be the time for guys like him to shine. I mean, himself, Danny Castro's having a good run. Jordan Curdy, the number 40 car, out there making laps. We've got to know Jordan here last season as well. But there's nothing that can reciprocate seat time and getting experience now, is there?
No, I mean, that's where it all comes from, is the more seat time you get, the better you're going to be. And that's the great thing about this platform, is you can get as much seat time as you want to. And for me, it's as much as my wife will let me have.
I agree. Yeah, that's a balancing act for sure, because us racers can spend hours and hours and hours out there, whether it's out there getting laps and seat time. I know we spend a lot of time doing these great shows for all you out there to watch and enjoy with us. You got a lot of time invested all the way around. But, yeah, seat time makes you better. Makes you a better driver, makes you a better broadcaster, gets you more experience in whatever we're doing. That's what we're doing out here this evening, is we're going to put 9 laps to complete, 3 laps remaining. And Kevin Prettyman, I'll tell you what, he has been a stinking on this one. He's just driven away from Brewer. It's a second and a half. It was 2 seconds last time by.
Yeah, he has absolutely stunk up this B feature. However, in about 3 laps, he's going to be in the A feature, where you're going to have 15 guys that are doing what he's doing. So it's going to be fun to watch.
And it's going to give you a big confidence boost for a guy like Kevin, who we see around here a lot and, hasn't made a whole lot of noise as far as competing for top 5s and wins. So a race like this, to go out there and strut your stuff and learn something out there leading the field, that's going to do nothing but help, I would think.
Oh, yeah. And right now, I mean, I think he's solidifying what groove he's going to run in the feature. I mean, he's running that top groove and doing a really good job up there right now. And, man, he's by far the fastest guy on the track right now.
Certainly is.
Can't wait to see what he does in the A main.
Absolutely right. He's pulled away down to 2.1 seconds. We're under the white flag. One more trip around at LCQ number 2 for the driver for the number 88 RJM machine. That is Kevin Prettyman. He'll take him over to turn number 3 and 4, and he is going to win this one, barring any kind of unforeseen mistake off the 4th turn. The checkered flag goes in the air. Kevin Prettyman will win LCQ number 2. He'll grab it over David Brewer. Roger Woody going to represent himself well. The 7-Eleven will finish 3rd. Danny Castro going to grab 4th. Jordan Curdy. Matt Everett didn't make a lot of noise. He will finish up 6th. And 6 means for me, he'll probably start with tail end of a feature event, which is going to be loaded with good cars.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about running over here is if you're going to win one of these races, you're beating some of the best in here. And there's nothing like getting a DWRL win.
Nothing like it. I'll tell you what, we see it over here on Sunday nights. We see the critically acclaimed Wednesday night street fights where, there's no points. This is a point series. Now, if I was, more prepared, I guess you would say tonight here, rushing in, getting a lot of things done, I'd have the points here in front of me. This is a point series. We'll update the points over the next couple of weeks, let you guys know while all they're running. Well, it's time for a 60-lap feature event around the Williams Grove Speedway. Let's take a look at our Boyles Trucking starting lineup on the pole with car number 18. That'll be Kyle Surratt and his partner to the outside aboard car number 61. That'll be Josh Peacock. In row number 2 with the number 9 will be Barrett Bishop with DJ Kilinowski alongside with car number 13. In row number 3, the number 11 is Kyle Moyer with the 16 of David Blackberg on the outside of row number 3. In row 4, the number 1 car of Alex Brewer, the number 09 of Josh Ely alongside. In the 5th row, Caleb Ramsey's number 13. And the X91 of Tyson Pankow will start off 10th. 11th starter with the number 71 will be the Dan Stifler with the evil one, Jim Revis, alongside in car number 21. Ryan Bronson will headline run number 7 with Kevin Prettyman to the outside. Jason Salter, David Brewer They'll make up our top 16. Row number 9 will be Shane Yates and Roger Woody. Brock Evans and Danny Casto around our top 20 with Henry Jones, Jordan Curry, Taylor Frost, Matt Everett, Mitch Enos. Going to make up a 25-car field. There's some good names toward the back. We got good names all over the place. 60 laps around the Williams Grove Speedway. I am ready, man. This is going to be a lot of fun to do. A little bit faster. I could try. I mean,
I almost.
oh, that's good. You got to get on it sometimes to stay with me. I mean, I don't know what I can say. They say I can go at a fast pace. It's Williams Grove. I should know better. It tends to take a little bit of time here at the pace laps, but we've seen these guys all night long. I think we all identify who is where. Let's settle in, Rocky. What do you think these guys are thinking about as they strap those belts in and get tight, settled in for 60 laps around this place?
Yeah, I think first thing you want to do is make sure you get some laps in, some green flag, and kind of get going and see where your car likes to run, and then try to start moving forward and trying to set yourself up for something towards the end.
Got to imagine this track is going to go through a lot of a pounding in this one as well as we look to the front row. Surratt, the quickest car here at the Grove tonight. One qualifying, one is heat, and he'll lead us to the iRacing.com. Green flag for 60 laps around. Let's go on a green. Surratt versus Peacock. They'll be door-to-door for the first time over in turn 1.
Yeah, Peacock got one of the best jumps I've seen right there, and he's really looking to solidify that lead, but looks like Surratt was able to make that bottom work in 1 and 2.
Sure did. Now Josh going to go up to the middle side. They almost made a little bit of contact there, 61 versus 9. And right behind the 61, we see the 9-car of Bear Bishop. He's stuck in a 3-wide battle. Kalinowski in the middle. Kaya Moyer down low, 3 deep off of 2.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, David Blackburn's right there, and he's licking his chops, just looking to move forward a few spots.
That was 4 wide there through 1 and 2. That got hairy for a second. You say 4 wide works here. Is 5 wide going to work at the Grove for more than 6 feet?
Not more than 6 feet, no.
I didn't think so. You're the guy who made that line famous, so that's why I bring that to you. Got to feed you a good one. Did it right there as we're off to number 2. This race for the lead is a good one. Peacock to the low side of Surratt. Looks like Josh may have the advantage by, looks like a nose. They'll be door-to-door into number 3 and 4. Here comes Bishop and Moyer. It's like a high-speed pace lap now off the 4th turn.
Yeah, Kalinowski, and you got Brewer and still got Blackburn right there. I mean, this is fun to watch right here. This great track prep by DWRL tonight.
It really was. And I'll tell you what, it's action like this where we like to call the action and let, go fast and keep a high pace, but sometimes the picture's going to tell the better story. We're seeing that right now, but we're going to slow down. That was an exciting first 3.5 laps right there, but we have our first yellow flag of the night. Hard-Ass Racing, Team Hard Motorsports, yellow flag number 1 as we complete lap number 4. So we'll slow it on down. We'll put Jack to work down in the booth with our first instant replay of the night, brought to you by JMax Journeys, jmaxstrong.com. And it looks like the 06 of Matt Everett's got into Brock Evans, and they had a little disagreement of space, and that's our first caution flag of the night. Jordan Curry got a piece as well in the 40 car, so he'll go on, but looks like the 14 car of Evans, heavy front end damage, looks like he's going to call this one good for the night. Brock Evans not going to see the end of this one.
Yeah, I guess he is done. I was going to say he could go in and pit and get you a quick repair, but he called it a night.
Yep, sure did. Hightailed it right the heck out of here. Said, I'm all done. You guys go at it. And we're still early on here. 5 laps into the Full Velocity Racing Network. Hope everybody is doing well out there via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. Really glad to have Rocky alongside me in about 30 minutes from now. What's up, Jack?
When we go green, who you want to go on board with?
Oh, let's go Sheffield Graphics on board. I'm going to say the 13 of DJ Kalinowski. That's where I'll tell you. I think that's where it's going to get fun on the restart. But I want to just, give you a little blurb out there. About 25 minutes, about 8:30 Eastern time. Hopefully when we're done, we will join over with my partner Todd Stanton. We'll be over at Speed Shift TV. I'll be there joining him for a little while with a great street stock championship race from the Volusia Speedway Park. So that'll be over at 8:30 p.m. over on Speed Shift TV side of their platform. I'm enjoying what we're doing over there these last couple of nights. 9:10 Eastern Time. Myself, Jack, will be over at Dirt Series. Will be the randomizer challenge. We're still waiting to see the official word of what the track and the mod combo is going to be, because that's the beauty of the randomizer challenge. You don't really know ahead of time until about 30 minutes before race time. So we'll be over there about 9:10 Eastern Time. Be on the lookout for that. And then they'll finish up the night. I'll go back and convene with my buddy Todd. Some UMP modified racing over on Speed Shift TV. So a busy night for myself, for all of us that love watching sim racing. With the world on lockdown, I got to say props to the NASCAR guys this afternoon. Rocky, I don't know if you watched that race or not. An awesome event they put on in Texas this afternoon. As we go back to green, it's time for esports racing to come out to the forefront of how great it really is.
Yeah, I got to watch about the last 20 laps of that race, and it's really, really cool to see this platform on national television the way it is now. And I think people are starting to understand that this isn't just a game. It's really a sim.
Really is, and we're seeing that really come live in our living rooms night after night. We're seeing it there, on the pavement. NASCAR is doing a great job. There's so many outlets like us putting it out on our channels every night. Asphalt and dirt all over the country. It's all alive and well. We are 3 wide for the lead on the front stretch. Kyle Surratt, the meat in the sandwich between Peacock and Bishop. It looks like Bishop going to take the lead there on a 4.
I think Bishop might have his modified motor in there, the way he went around the outside there. Man, that was an impressive move.
Big move. Look at the way the HRE number 9 goes into turbo 1 and 2, but Surratt going to not go away. Kyle Surratt going to be back to the low side. Is there anybody in iRacing who runs the low side more committed than Kyle Surratt? I'll tell you what, every time I see that car, I swear it's hugging out to the low side.
The only name I could think of would be E.J. Jones.
Yes. It's right there. It's a good one. Those two drivers synonymous with the low side, doing a really good job. Surratt now back in the second spot, trying to take it to Mr. Bishop for the race lead. Now, right now, it looks like the outside lane may be the quick way around. How long do you think we can expect that? When do we see the low side start coming back in and maybe become equal?
Well, every time they go around the lap, they are pushing the dirt further and further to the wall, which makes it longer and longer to run that top side. So probably the next 10, 15 laps, you're going to see everything switch back. And like right now, you're seeing a lot of cars run the bottom in 1 and 2.
Really are. I'm kind of surprised over there. Peacock was following along with Surratt. He was down there. Alex Brewer's down low. Kyle Moyer's low. DJ Kilinowski, he's been low a few times. Really shocked to see where it is. Now when I look, Brewer up to the high lane, but top 3 or 4, they're all stuck to the low side.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Josh Peacock, he's really committed down there right now. And he seems to be making ground on the top 2.
Tell you what, he certainly is. He's to the low side of Kyle Surratt. They will race a pair of Bulletproof Motorsports cars in a dead heat down the back chute into the third turn. Surratt out by a nose, but you see Josh, he arcs it in really early going into 3. Does that help you get a bigger run off the corner to get it pitched in tighter like that?
Yeah, it slows you down a little going in, but as long as you can keep your left side tires, there's a little patch of dirt down at the bottom, and that's good moist dirt. If you can keep your tires in that, you get you a really good launch off.
Sure did, but didn't work right there. Surratt able to hold on to the second spot. Peacock going to drop back to third, and he may drop back to the clutches. A few cars behind him start to open my eyes. Guys like Alex Brewer are there. Kyle Moyer is there, the number 11 car. Those are 2 guys having a really good run here early on. I thought Brewer may take a trip to the low side of Peacock over there 1 and 2, but nope, he's content to stay in line. Is this place a track law about logging laps? You got to kind of, to finish first, you must first finish kind of mentality?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely that kind of track. And, man, you slow down so much in these corners that you really want to be spread out a little bit, get some laps under you, and then you can start making some moves forward.
All right, so now I'm going to pick another side of expertise out of your brain here. Of course, right here, Street Stock Racing last night. Last night I saw you in a 305 sprint car. Now, that's the lowest power to the open wheel cars. How are those 2 cars go? Obviously, aesthetic-wise, they're completely different. How different do they drive?
That thing was, when I first started, it was so twitchy. Every time I would move the steering wheel, the car was wanting to jerk all the way around on me. So it probably took me through my heat race to start getting comfortable with it. Once I got to the LCQ, I was okay and was able to stay out of trouble and got to the feature, and then I really started kind of feeling my own there. And being the lowest powered, it did help as far as I was able to stay on the throttle quite a bit more.
I got to imagine from jumping out of one of those cars to one of these, they may be lower powered, but I got to imagine these full-fendered cars will probably feel like you're driving a brick after coming out of one of those little lightweight 305 sprints. Those sprint cars definitely do boogie for sure. I'll tell you who's boogieing right now. Mr. Bishop is out front. He's out to 1.5 seconds. I don't know if it's redemption. I know we've seen this guy at the Grove a million laps before. Bishop, he's got to be one of the most smoothest drivers the entire iRacing service has seen. I don't care if it's asphalt, dirt, whatever. Whatever he gets in, he always seems to be fast.
Yeah, Barrett, and I started learning who Barrett was from the DWRL league. And man, he comes in. Anytime he shows up, he is an absolute threat to win it. And right now, he's just looking to run away and hide.
I love the talent the guy has. I love his enthusiasm of jumping a whole different car and a whole different discipline and take a new challenge. I know he's done it more on the pavement here recently. We saw him jump in an open wheel asphalt modified on a Thursday night about a few months ago. Did a really good job that night, mixing up with some of the best that do that and that discipline. Those cars rallied out to a top 10 finish. So that guy's going to roll of talent, leading the way here once again here at Williams Grove. But this race going on for about second on back. I'm watching Peacock. I'm watching Moyer. I'm watching Brewer. Kewanowski's back here. This is a really good one. Our race car is racing for second. It's 5 deep now as we exit turn 2.
Yeah, and if you notice, you got about half of them running the top, half of them running the bottom, and nobody's getting away from each other. God, I just can't believe how good this track is tonight.
It's really good so far through the opening 20 laps. Moyer with a big run to the bottom. Thought he was going to have a big launch off the corner. Yeah, I think that's why these cars, I think majority of numbers up high, but obviously more cars up high. They're going to keep pushing that cushion out there, but we'll leave that conversation there because we got a yellow flag on the speedway. Second one of the evening, yellow, 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 as we begin lap number 22. Team Bar Motorsports' second yellow flag of the night. Let's get a second replay brought to you by jmaxstrong.com. And I'm going to guess this may revolve around the 25 of Henry Jones when this one's all said and done.
Oh, I hate to hear that. Henry's one of my favorite guys out here. I don't think I've ever heard a negative word said about him or by him.
Now, it looks like I don't know if he got into the wreck or not. I think Ryan Bronson may have been. Bronson and Brewer got together. So David Brewer, Ryan Bronson, they were racing back there for about 13th. They got together, and I'm not sure if Henry got a piece of them or not.
Yeah.
Oh, he certainly did. He got up the racetrack into the outside wall. Tough break for the Henry Jones. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's a guy that we hear a lot about, Henry Jones. Really nice guy. Doesn't say a negative word anywhere in these circles. And a guy recently who's jumped into the Team Dirt Warrior team, Brocky, and he's really got fast these last couple of weeks and months. He's a guy, you see the talent just developing in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I promise you, anytime you get on that team, you're going to get better. They got a bunch of really good guys over there, and they do a lot of setup work together. And you can go in their Discord just about any time, and they're all in there tinkering with their setups and what's going to make them faster.
Well, we're tinkering with it here tonight, too, for the Williams Grove Speedway. 24 laps into a main event of 60. Hope you guys are all enjoying it live tonight here on the Full Velocity Racing Network via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. I know many have tuned in out there tonight. We appreciate that. The chat's been rather quiet. Hope you're all enjoying the really good action. I've seen the likes of Ken Blackburn out there a little while ago. Ken's been chatting along with Charlie. I saw, trying to clean my glasses here and read that. Holly's out there watching. Great to see Holly out there back rooting on for Mr. Blackberg. So really cool to see. I love the fans we have that come out here. They really make this thing go around for us. I know you guys go out there and race. But I'll tell you what, I have as much enjoyment sitting here and just watching the dialogue that goes on through our social media outlets, even as much as so as I do watching the good racing on the Speedway.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about Full Velocity and my buddy Robbie Buckner is you guys do a lot of interaction with the people watching and kind of makes them feel like they're part of the program.
Every bit as part of the show over here. Anytime we go out there, I want to make sure that audience is engaged. Hope they're having a good time. If I'm having an off night, somebody's going to tell me so. If we're hitting our money, you guys, hitting our stride, you guys also. We love the support. We'll take your criticism, whatever you may got for us. We love you all on the Full Velocity Racing Network as we have Kyle Moyer around on the restart. And I haven't seen the yellow come from the field yet. Now there it is, yellow, yellow, yellow. And that was right up in the top 10. Kyle Moyer's car got turned around. I guess the question is, how did Kyle get turned around? The answer would be Josh Ely, the number 09. So let's take a look-see back with our third J-Max Journeys full velocity replay of the night. We will see it right on the restart. Moyer getting a little bit of help from the 09. Then he kind of got broadsided by, who's that sliding in there? A couple of cars slid through. Stifler, 71 car, gets to the side. So David Brewer, man, here David's name on another caution flag for sure. But hard racing here. On the restart, it looks like that was more of a checkup than anything else. I think Kyle kind of lifted, and I think Josh had nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's one of those deals, like I've said 5 times tonight, is you got people that have to slow down so much for the corners, and the guy behind you don't do it, then this is what we end up with.
Right, you're so exactly right, and it's such an accordion kind of deal. They separate, they come back together. That's what make racing what it is. We see it everywhere we go. Out under the yeah. What do you got?
Hey Phil, I was just kind of looking through here and looking at some hard chargers, and we got Jason Salter moving up from 15th to 7th, and Taylor Frost from 23rd to 9th.
I just kind of got that aware to me here. I was looking through. Salter running really good, 8 spots jump. Taylor Frost from 23 to 9th. That's 14 positions. 24th to 11th for Matt Everett. So we expected more out of Matt in the LCQs. Well, now he's certainly making his way forward now up to 11th, and we're not even halfway home here yet. Matt Everett could become a player here, as could Taylor Frost could the second half of this one.
Matt, apparently he was just saving his car for the feature.
Why not? Sandbagging maybe? You know, you're that good to start in the back and have to pass, 24 of the best drivers we have out there?
I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, if that's what you want to do.
Man, that's quite the challenge. I mean, I want to start up front, lead all the laps, and stay out of it. I mean, or I'm going to start last and run last all night. I bet you I've done that more times than not.
Yeah, I did that in a K&N car last night. That was not fun.
You'll start on the lead lap, and you'll be like 5 laps down at the end.
Now, it's funny you say that. I'll tell you off air what happened to me last night, because it was kind of stupid. But we'll go back to undertheirracing.com. Green flag, and right away as we take the green at halfway, we're going to go right back to yellow. So that one came out rather quickly from the stand, and I'm not exactly sure if something stacked up near the back or it didn't, but stacked up again. So it looks like a couple of cars squeezed on a line. Pair of 11s, Moyer and Yates coming together. Tough break for Shane Yates, tough break for Kyle Moyer. Moyer with 2 cautions in a row. Sometimes you do what you can to stay out of one. You get 2 in a row. And another checkup. Pesky checkup. Nothing you can do.
If we could have just had Alex Brewer in, it would have been all ones all the way across.
Man, I would have went and played Powerball this week if that was the case. Can we still play Powerball? We're all on lockdown. Are they still doing the lottery?
My wife got a ticket the other day, and I asked her, I said, hey, how am I going to know if we win? She goes, well, all my stuff will be gone.
Oh. That's good. I like that. Tell my wife that one, too. I bet that would happen to me for sure. But looking around here is working once again under the yellow flag here as we hit halfway. A little bit of yellow fever to the last 10 laps of this one after 20 really good laps to start out our feature event here at the Williams Grove Speedway. We look up front. Barrett Bishop leads, Josh Peacock, Kyle Surratt, DJ Kilinowski, Alex Brewer running in 5th. 6th, we find Jason Salter. 6th, David Blackburn, rather. Jason Salter is 7th. Tyson Pankow running 8th. Taylor Frost 9th. Dan Stifler having a good night. Dan up in the top 10, and that's where we find Matt Everett's now running 11th. Danny Casto 12th. Jim Revis running 13th. Henry Jones now up to 14th. And Kevin Prettyman off that really good run of his LCQ. 88 car having a solid run of this one. He currently runs 15th.
Yeah, and we were talking about guys like Danny Casto being able to put his name out there come feature time. And he's done a really good job moving up. He's moved up 8 spots, and he's looking really good.
Solid, consistent night. And I think a lot of that, and I know for guys like me, if I was in the shoes of going out here to get my feet wet and want to just kind of earn the respect of my peers around me, putting a clean race together, not something we talk a lot about in racing in general, but going out there running an incident-free race, that gets only the respect of your peers. That gets you, a little bit higher in the standings, I would think, as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, less body damage you have, usually the faster your car is.
Oh, body damage, one thing. I'll look in the mirror. There's a whole lot there. Not pretty.
I'm with you.
I understand. I completely get it. But we go back to green flag racing now. 33 laps complete. Barrett Bishop once again a single file restart this time.
Wide.
They'll lead the way F2. We're already 3 wide there for about 4th and 5th on back.
Yeah, Peacock and Surratt both put it 3 wide for the lead.
I was
It looks
stuck
like
mid-pack.
Bishop's really got that top figured out. He's really good on top right now.
We were talking 3 wide for the lead. I was 3 wide mid-pack back here. It was getting after these guys going for the lead up front. Bishop going to lead. Here comes Surratt to the low side. Peacock is there. And old DJ Kalinowski, the rock star, entering the fight as well. And I'll tell you what, he is always bad fast as well with that number 13 car. And he does it awfully quietly. You don't hear a lot of noise from DJ until it's time to pay the money out.
Well, I know last Wednesday, me and it was EJ, myself, and Alex Brewer up front. We got another caution.
Yeah, we do. Go ahead, finish your story up.
Well, DJ was in the back somewhere, and I looked up with about 10 to go, and he's running 4th. And I keyed up. I'm like, DJ, where did you come from? He goes, oh, I'm sneaky. I'm like a ninja.
Yes, too. That's the iRacing Ninja right there with the number 013, DJ Kalinowski. But we have, we gave love to 2 guys the last yellow, Danny Casto and Kevin Prettyman. Guess who's involved with this yellow flag?
Oh, I'm guessing Danny and
Danny Kevin. Yeah, announcer's curse gets us again. You give guys some love, talk about incident-free races. I hope they're not listening, because I've heard guys wreck one just when we mentioned their name, so I hate to hear that. But Danny Casto goes around. Looks like he gets the unfortunate credit for the incident. Prettyman gets tore up in this one as well. I hate for guys when we bring them up saying, hey, look how good they're doing tonight, and all of a sudden they go to the back. And no selfies. No. Telling you, Jack is dying for the selfie stick on one of these shows. He's dying for a self-spin. Don't ever be a self-spin, Rocky, because you don't want one of my selfie sticks.
Well, I was going to say, I've been there before. I think I've spun, I think it was that Volusia, and ended up on the wall, and you guys had a good time with that.
We do. We always have a good time. But, yeah, I do remember that one particular wreck. You were stuck on top of the wall like a rodeo clown, I tell you.
Yeah, I went back and watched the replay on that, and, boy, you guys were just hamming it up there.
But we have to. I mean, you're our buddy, our broadcast colleague, do a lot of stuff with you. I mean, I love watching you go out there and race, but when you step on it and something happens, yeah, we're going to give it to you. But you would do the same to us, in full disclosure.
Oh, 100%.
Well, I think you were up here with me one night. We were watching Todd race one of these cars, and that was a lot of fun. You know who haven't got out there in one of these cars yet? You haven't put Jack out there. Want to have some? We could have fun. Put Jack out there. We could have a load of a good time.
Jack, I'll run controls next week. You run the race.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure what would. Rocky's going to run controls and Jack's going to drive.
Which one would be worse.
I'll tell you what, they both have me one mildly word that's concerned. I'm not sure that would go well. I've raced a lot with Jack over the years. It's certainly been a while. I think he's kind of, I don't know if he sold the steering wheel yet, but I think it must be pretty close to in the closet by now. But once upon a time, Jack was pretty dang good. I ain't going to lie. Guy was almost unbeatable for a little while. Get him in one of those, road course races, one of the sports cars, back. We're going way back now, but he was really dang good. But let's go back under the green flag here. Single file restart. Barrett Bishop and now Kyle Surratt. He's going to be taking his trek to the low side, looking for the lead over in 3.
Boy, Kyle got a great run through 1 and 2 there, and he's really looking at the lead right now. I think he may have it coming out of 2 right here.
Certainly may. Well, we're going to wash up off the racetrack. He'll fall back in line. We'll see if he takes a shot to the low side in 1 and 2. It's Kyle Surratt. You bet your money he's going to go back to the low side, make a shot for the lead. Off to number 2. Looks like he's out by a nose. He'll be scored the lead. At the same time, the yellow flag comes out once again. So I believe this is a 5th yellow flag now. Lap number 41 going to be on the scoreboard this time. And oh, no, really?
Looked like Blackburn got in a little hot, got into Kalinowski, and Jason Salter ended up catching it on the backside of it.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, and those guys are running in the top 5. I mean, I guess we're really not safe anywhere.
I tell you who benefited from that, and that's the guy that started 23rd, and that's a 14P of Taylor Frost.
He's doing a really good job. 23rd up to 7th. Also look at Matt Everett's, the number 06 car. 24th down to the top 5.
Absolutely.
For a guy who was as quiet could be through the heats, the LCQs. 06 car got really loud here now for the feature.
Yeah, he's got 18 laps to do something with the guys in the front now.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm watching now the 16 car going to have to go the end of the longest line for the issue there with the caution flag. Jason Salter's going to be back there with DJ Kilinowski. I mean, you want to talk about some hot shoes. They're going to have to get on it and go. I mean, we're going to obviously keep abreast with the lead, but those three drivers coming from the back, that may get interesting to watch.
Yeah, they're probably none of them real happy right now about having to go from a top 5 car to the rear of the field. But, yeah, you put a camera on them, and you're probably going to have some excitement.
Moyer's back there with them as well, and Kyle was really good early, too. So that may be 4 names to keep an eye on that may approach themselves back to the top 10 before this one is over. Working now lap number 43 under the yellow flag. Believe the lights have gone out. Around the speedway, going to set them back up for I don't know if we're going to go single file once again. Believe we may. We've been doing Delaware double file, but we are single file. Kyle Surratt now the new race leader. How do you think he's feeling leading this one now? Watching that red and black number 9 behind him, and look at Barrett giving Kyle a little bit of love tap in the back chute. Is that kind of like, hey, I'm here, don't mess up?
Yeah, he's saying you better go, or we're going to have some issues.
That looks like a yeet or be yeeted that may be coming out of that camp right there. Go a little hip style on you. But off to number 4, the pace truck is in. iRacingIFlag.com, green flag back in the air, and Kyle stepped on it. I'll tell you what, he carried Bishop by about 4 car lengths, but Barrett even said go. The 18 car going to lead us off turn 2.
Yeah, Kyle looked like he washed up just a little bit in 1 and 2, and Barrett done a real good job of staying right down on that good dirt on the bottom.
Always want to stay in the good dirt in the bottom. That's what Kyle does. Barrett will follow him down there. First car up high. Running in the 3rd spot, Josh Peacock. He's committed up high. Can the outside stuff to propel you? Can you make something happen up top right now and run your way all the way to the lead up there?
Probably, but right now that bottom looks like it's really come in, and well, we're 3 wide for 3rd right now.
We certainly are 3 wide back there with Peacock. Alex Brewer's in there. The 06 of Everett, who's come from the back now to the front. He is in the mix as we almost stayed 3 deep off a turn. Give Brewer to the 3rd spot. Everett gets wicked loose, and he's not going to save that. They stayed straight. I don't know how.
Wow, that's the caliber of drivers we got here. However, Everett's car is junked. He is dog walking really bad.
It bounced off the inside wall and about spun. It got out of control up the racetrack, collected a couple of cars. So Matt Everett's that Cinderella night we were talking about from the back to the front. Well, I think it may have.
He's driving it.
It's junk, and it's still going straight. And I look at the leaderboard, he's dropped back to 13th, but it's amazing that car in not even one whole piece is still going straight.
Yeah, I see cars on the highway doing that every once in a while, and I don't know how they drive them either. So,
You've seen my car.
yeah, was that you, Phil?
No, because it wouldn't be me behind the wheel. Because if you see me behind the wheel, I hope you're
Better run.
better run real quick. Not a good idea. Even in my race car, my sim rig, I'll tell you what. You see me in that, usually not a good idea to come near me there either, because I'll probably stuff you in the fence. And
Hello.
somebody else may have been stuffing the fence here as well, because we have a caution flag on the speedway again. Yellow, 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 as we're going to come back and complete 49 laps. And I got a guess on this one. Jason Salter involved. All right, Salter, Blackberg, Enos. That's 3 good cars. They're going to be tore up in this one as well. Well, Williams Grove turned into Williams Grove, the street stocks tonight. We've seen a lot of fenders tore off now.
I'm not real sure what happened, but I just saw the guys go across Jason Salter, turn the wrong way on the track.
Yeah, that one was kind of curious, because I'm not seeing, though Jack will have a look here, and I'll have to look back through what he's showing off of the replay and take a peek, see back here why.
97.
So Enos got in the back of 13, he says. We'll drive down to the
side.
corner. Oh, yeah, there it is. Sure did. Got to the side of the 13. Mitch goes around, and that just kind of stacked them up over there. Leave off the exit of turn number 2. So there's our yellow flag, 51 laps in running out of time. And you know who ran out of time? Matt Everett in the 06 car. Car was broke. It was junk. And now it's headed back to the trailer, and it may as well head to the junkyard.
That is too bad. He had one of the most impressive runs I've seen at DWR in a long time.
It really was. Had a really, really terrific run for the 06 car. So may not get the finish he needed, but I'll tell you, Matt Everts gave it one heck of a job out there tonight. Watching out here, I'm reading over the Facebook Live chat. And Kenneth Blackburn says, he says, running the low side, nobody can pull a slide job. I guess that's true. Best way to protect the slider line, don't let him get down there.
That's right. I'm glad EJ didn't know that last Wednesday.
That's true, because this guy right here, he's got the championship belt on toe. He's probably wearing it around his waist, if I know him any. Rocky Batfield winning Wednesday night street fights right here at the Williams-Grove Speedway this last Wednesday night. You guys did not check out that race. It was great. Go back through the archives here on the Full Velocity Racing Network and watch that with our buddy, spoiler alert, Rocky Batfield ends up at victory lane in a very, very good race. But we go back to green flag racing. We'll start lap number 52. We're under 10 laps remaining. Kid Kyle Surratt, hold on. He's got some of the best behind him with Bishop, Peacock, Brewer, and Pancow nose to tail off of 2.
Yeah, Kyle is he's committed to that bottom line now, and if we can get some green flag laps in, we'll I think we're going to have a real exciting finish.
Well, we're hoping for one, but we're going to slow it down again. Yellow on the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow. I believe this may be number 7, possibly number 8. I've lost my count at this point. And we'll let Jack show it off again with another replay. I'm going to pause for a minute. I'm going to take a drink, let you guys enjoy the replay, and we'll come back and break in with the call on your source for esports racing. All right, we are getting ready to go for the restart here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, the DWRL Sunday Shootout presented by BladeNo.com. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. 56 laps will go complete. Kyle Surratt leading over Barrett Bishop, Josh Peacock, Alex Brewer, and now Josh Ely's number 09. That is our top 5 as we break back into some green flag racing. We'll throw the OutRacingGuyFlag.com green flag in the air. And Kyle Surratt going to lead the way, and he's going to be a tough customer. He's committed to that low side. Barrett Bishop's going to have his work cut out if he's going to make the run to pass him.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to find something other than the bottom, and I don't know if there's anything left anymore. I mean, he figured that bottom out before Barrett did and was able to get the lead. And, he's led every lap since.
Sure has. Got it there on a yellow. Made the pass off of turn number 2. Got in the scoring loop. And
Yellow.
we have another yellow, a 9th one of the night. And we're going to be bordering on some overtime now as it comes on the speedway. And we're not safe even, dimming the mics there, Rocky. We were talking off air about the rebound for the 25 of Henry Jones up to the top 10. And now Henry gets caught up in this most recent yellow flag. We need to stop talking about guys doing good because we just keep sending them back there.
We specifically said we're not going to say his name so we don't jinx him, and he did it anyway.
I don't know. I'm going to have to learn the art of announcing and broadcasting and not say a driver's name. Because it seems like every time we do, highlight one who's, is kind of sticking out over the rest. It just never goes right.
Yeah, and as we're talking about that, I'm going to go ahead and highlight Josh Ely and Daniel Stifler. I mean, they both had pretty good runs here, and I hope I don't curse them here, but they're both looking at top 5 finishes.
He certainly could be, and they're doing really well as we look to recap what's going on. We'll talk about the top 10. Surratt leading over Bishop, Peacock, Brewer, Ely, Stifler running in the 6th spot, Ryan Bronson. Kyle Moyer. Kyle's rebounded from the rocky middle of the race. He's back in the top 10. He runs in 8th. Jim Revis, a quiet night. Jim running in 9th. And Shane Yates, that blue number 11 car. Shane has rebounded nicely. He's back into the top 10. That's a good night from starting 17th.
Oh, that's a great night from where he started. And, boy, I tell you, right now you're figuring out who's got the setups and who can drive on this slick stuff. That's one of the things I've really liked about DWR this season was they let the track wear in a lot more, and I'm really liking that Delaware double fall restart.
I am too. That's a great wrinkle they brought over here. A lot of cool stuff. I can't wait until we get the green-white checker, not the caution lamp's not counting anything to work right now racing, because I think it's a really authentic thing to bring in some weekly short track racing. I think that's a really cool feature. Hoping we all get it right, figure out how to use it, how to not break it. That'd be cool to watch. As we come off to number 4, green-white checker to settle this one. Kyle Surratt returns us back to some green flag racing.
Yeah, Kyle again, he held them up real good on that start and let him know that he's the one that is starting this thing, and he's out to about 8 or 10 car length lead and a yellow.
Yeah, we're going to try a second green-white checker because we have cars wrecked over in turn number 1 and 2 till the yellow flag back into the air. And, I mean, now we think about it, I think that may be a good thing for the 9 car because Barrett got really loose that last time off of 2 and almost slipped the dang thing. He almost had to let Peacock go by on the low side because Barrett had to either let this thing spin or roll out of the gas completely.
Yeah, I think if that yellow had waited about another 2 or 3 seconds, Peacock would be sitting in 2nd and Barrett would be running 3rd.
All right, well, yellow's on the speedway, and last yellow I talked about 2 names, and they were Kyle Moyer and Shane Yates. And Kyle Moyer and Shane Yates getting involved in this one. I think even DJ got a piece of it.
Well, I think the curse is your fault, not mine, because I mentioned 2 other guys, and they're both right where they started.
They are, and I'm staying away from both of those cars because I think they may be in for a good finish, and I'd rather get the hate and discontent that goes for jinxing them and not get it onto you because you still got to go out there and race with some of these guys. So I'd hate to have that voodoo folly in and, maybe have that receipt debt paid to you on the track. I'd hate to see that. I don't think these guys would do it, but we're race car drivers. You never know what may be in our evil, twisted mind sometime.
Yeah, I think I might go play in the dirt over there with Speed Shift with you guys here in just a little bit.
Oh, I believe Todd is already live with some street stocks. I think they started about 10 minutes ago, so.
Oh, well, never mind.
Maybe too late for that
Maybe
one,
some
but
modifieds.
they do got UMP modifieds at 10 Eastern for sure. That'll be a lot of fun. We're going to go jump over to Dirt Series after this and check out the randomizer challenge over there. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm thinking they probably have posted what their combo is by now. I'll have to see if I can't monitor the feels like 77 chats I have going off today, taking my attention somewhere in the sim racing world. So I feel like I've been kind of the last 4 or 5 days falling out of bed and being consumed by sim racing from morning, noon, and night. So that's a whole other great vanilla day. But I'll tell you what, I believe we're getting ready to go back to it for a second green-white checker attempt. Will we need a third?
Bill,
I hope not.
Hope not. What do you got, Jack?
what do you think, Ken, for the 250 stars?
Ken Roos, 250 stars. That guy is the man. He's out every night. Ports just like not many others can do, and he does a great job. As I think I thought we were back to green for a second. There it is.
We
green,
were for a
yellow.
We're green.
Right, we're
We're
green.
still green. Barrett, he's going to give it all he's got up on the high line. See what happens.
That was weird. It went green, it went yellow, went back green. So I think even the starter got confused for a second. We got the white flag on the speedway one more time around. Kyle Surratt's got the race lead. Peacock and Bishop, they're going to have to fight for a second. I think Kyle may have this one in the bag.
Yeah, Kyle's looking really good right now, and unless something crazy happens, he's going to take him home a win.
Certainly is. We're in turn number 3 and 4. The checkered will go out this time. Car number 18 off turn number 4. Kyle Surratt will take down the win on the Sunday shootout at the Williams Grove Speedway. Second will go to Barrett Bishop. Third for Josh Peacock. Are we still racing? Are we still green or are we over? Oh, well, I guess. All right, we may still be racing. This time off turn number 4, something different.
I was showing checkers on mine, but everybody's still racing.
That's weird. I think the starter got really confused there, but now we can officially call Kyle Surratt the race winner over Barrett Bishop, Josh Peacock, Alex Brewer. Josh Ely going to grab 5th, 6th for Dan Stifler, 7th for Jim Revis. Ryan Brunson will finish 8th. Taylor Frost will rebound and finish up 9th from 23rd starting position. 10th will go to David Blackberg. 11th for Kevin Prettyman. Tyson Pancal will finish 12th. Roger Woody, David Brewer, Danny Casto running out our top 15 with Shane Yates, Kyle Moyer, DJ Kilinowski, Henry Jones, Mitch Enos running out our top 20. Jason Salter finished 21st with Matt Everidge 22nd, Brock Evans 23rd, Jordan Curdy and Caleb Ramsey running out our 25 car field for the Williams Grove Speedway. We're going to move gears to the post-race show. We'll hope you join us there as well on your source for esports racing. All right, back here live on the post-race show on the Full Velocity Racing Network, brought to you by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. You need web hosting, VPS servers, dedicated servers. They have it all. Look no further than our friends at BladeNode.com. Use promo code BLADE10, get 10% off today. Check them out as we head to the post-race show. I'm going to head to Victory Lane. We'll talk to tonight's winner, that being Barrett Bishop. I'll send it down to our broadcast colleague tonight, Mr. Rocky Batfield. He's caught up on our 3rd place finisher, the number 61 of Josh Peacock.
Josh, Rocky Batfield, how you doing?
No, we're doing pretty good, bud.
You had a good run tonight. Had a nice win in the heat race. Got a little lucky, but sometimes better to be lucky than good, I found out. That track was super slick out there tonight. How was your setup?
Yeah, this track was super slick, but it's real racy. You kind of run the bottom, or if you had something that could run the top, you could get off the top real good. Yeah, we got real lucky in the heat race. This whole thing was a turd. I tried something new, and it didn't work. So we rolled off. Your good friend Kyle Surratt up there sent us something, and it worked pretty good for the feature. I just couldn't run as good as he could.
Yeah, Kyle's definitely one of the good guys out there. I was telling them that I ran your set last Wednesday, and I know you had asked for it, and I never sent it back to you, so I'm going to take the blame.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Rocky.
No, 3rd place finish, though. Started 2nd. You was up front all night. Definitely fun to watch. Looked like you had a shot at getting around, taking the lead a couple times, but at the time looked like the high side was just there. Tell us about what the track, how the changes went on quick.
Yeah, if you could enter up high, like enter by the wall, and then kind of diamond down and cut the corner exit off a little bit, you could get a monster run off the top. I couldn't. I had to use too much brake getting in the corner to be able to pull something like that off. We always just come off too high and lose all momentum. I know Barrett had it figured out. Anytime he was running, I couldn't touch him running top or bottom. But a lot of brake on the bottom. I've always been a big fan of this track because it's a driver's track. No matter if you run top or bottom, you're not just gonna flat foot and sell it off in there. There's a lot of throttle control, a lot of braking. It's fun.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. Well, you was up front all night. Definitely fun to watch. Put on a good show for the fans. You got anyone you'd like to?
So I think I'm my teammates, Blue Motorsports. Like a big shout out to Coach or Kyle Surratt. he sent me the setup, and this is a great one. I know he put in a lot of work, and congratulate him on his win. I'd give a shout out to my sponsors, Tim Cummings, CCM Custom Graphics and Engraving. I'll give a shout out to JMax. Check me out on Facebook at JMax Strong and jmaxstrong.com. Selling apparel to help with his medical expenses. Give a shout out to DWRL, being on the race car and everything y'all do for me. Give a shout out to GM and everybody that puts the league on. And JP Designs put this badass strap on the car, and everybody out there watching.
All right, guys, that's your third place finisher, the number 61 car, Josh Peacock.
And we're going to throw it back to you. I believe we're going to be grabbing Barrett Bishop, tonight's second place finisher here at the Grove.
Hey, Barrett, Rocky Battenfield, how you doing tonight, bud?
All right.
Well, you led you a lot of laps tonight, and looked like the bottom come in, and looked like Kyle might have grabbed it right before you got down to it. And, that seemed to be the difference in the race. Is that kind of how you?
Yeah. I had a really good car the first half, and once that bottom come in, nobody had anything for coach. But it was a good run. Can't complain too much about it.
Yeah, the track really looks slick out there. You're a big fan of what DWRL decided to do on letting these tracks slick off and basically not resetting them from once qualifying.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun racing on this track, especially once it gets slick. It gets pretty racy, so I'm a fan of it.
Well, you was in the front all night. You definitely put on a show. We all appreciate it. You got anyone you'd like to
I think my team, HRE, Team Friday, Durable Access, Art Transportation, Intermediate and Design, y'all putting on a broadcast.
All right, guys, that's your second place finisher, Barrett Bishop. I'm going to kick it on up to Phil, and he's going to have your race winner, Kyle Surratt.
I certainly am. And let me just move stuff around. There we go. The race winner tonight, the coach, Kyle Surratt with car number 18. Not sure where the new nickname came from, but it's going to stick. Kyle, congratulations, man. A big win here on a racetrack that I think fits your strong style. Very slick out there. Tell us about your run tonight.
Yeah, early on, I really didn't know if I was going to have anything for Barrett. He put quite the gap on me, and we had some lots of yellows, as I'm sure everybody saw. And Josh was able to get around me there for a while, and I was like, man, it's going to be a tough one. And I lucked out and got back in front of Josh on a yellow, and then I guess Barrett got in the wall a little bit there, and I stuck it all four in the brown and got a good run up off the two, and that's what put me in the lead. I certainly didn't think I was going to be able to drive back around a guy like Barrett Bishop. You know, he's real good in pretty much everything he drives, but really, especially in these cars. As far as the racetrack goes, it locked down a little bit on the bottom, a little bit after halfway, and that's fine with me because that's where I prefer to be at, as you all know, and just worked out for me.
Yeah, we were talking about that as well. You're a guy who loves being down the bottom side of the racetrack. I said, a track like this, it fell into your lap. You found yourself right place, right time, Kyle. Congratulations on a big win here tonight. Let me give you the mic here one more time. Let you thank your friends, your sponsors, your crew, all the great folks that support this race team. But don't forget the driver. Trevor did a hell of a job.
Well, just like you said, I got to thank myself for putting this deal together. I thank all my teammates over at Bulletproof Motorsports. We put in a lot of time into testing with these cars, and I think it really shows by our performance. And I got to thank TNT Auto Source for being on this car. I want to thank JP Designs, Josh Peacock, for putting this awesome spec map car together for me. I'm going to give a shout out to J-Max. Check them out on Facebook. J-Max Journeys. Check out what they're doing over there. And last but not least, you guys for doing this wonderful broadcast, and DWRL for putting on this league for us.
Absolutely right. Well, here he is, folks. BladeNode.com, Victory Lane. Once again, graces us with car number 18, Kyle Surratt. A great win at the Williams-Scope Speedway. And a night, we really talked about it, Rocky. The track fell into his lap, way it locked down low. Not sure many guys would be able to pass Kyle Surratt. They got stuck on a track like that.
Yeah, once it locks down on the bottom, you're going to have to move them. And Kyle was in a good spot tonight because you had some guys behind him that they're known for being clean, and they're not gonna rough him up for a win. So, I mean, congratulations to Kyle. That was a hell of a run tonight for him, and but Barrett and Josh too. I mean, that with that track, you don't understand the kind of throttle control that it takes to keep going forward.
Oh, yeah, it really does. They did a really good job, and Kyle did one heck of a job of taking it in victory lane tonight. Got to thank Rocky Batfield for joining me. Got to thank Jack Churn on the controls. Thank all you for playing along. For our great sponsors here at Full Velocity, got to thank T-Bar Motorsports, iRacing, iFlag, Voiles Trucking, JMaxStrong.com, Bladeno.com, the South Texas Speedway, Milner Media and Design, Sheffield Graphics, Trash Panda Graphics, 3D Racing, TDR Racing League, JP Designs, the iRacing Dirt Painters, and the Cyber Thunder Racing League. For all of you out there tonight for watching, thank you for watching. We'll see you back here live next time on your source for esports racing, Dirt Series Randomizer Challenge, in about 20 minutes from now on your source for esports racing.